What's in your gear? After over 10 years on the job, I figured out the essentials that every firefighter needs. So in today's video, we're gonna go over everything in my kit from least to most expensive. So let's get into it. Starting with the cheapest and most basic thing that I think every firefighter needs to have. These babies are usually free, and that's the wooden wedge. So these are super great for chalking doors, loading hose. We're gonna get into a cheap but better option than this in a second, but I think every firefighter should have a couple of these bad boys in their gear. So as I mentioned, I think there's a cheap but better option to the wooden wedge, and that's the 4-inch spring clamp. This thing's gonna cost around $4 at any hardware store, and here's why. Unlike the traditional wooden wedge that's gonna fall out as soon as this door is jarred, the spring clamp is gonna stay in place and keep that baby wide open. The nice part too about the spring clamp is if we're doing EMS runs, we can also clip it to the outside of the door. It's gonna be a lot more discreet, but it's gonna have that door propped so paramedics, EMTs can get in and out without any issues. Finally, super easy to attach to your gear. Just hangs off my coat like so. I've also seen guys and gals put it here or on their pant pocket. And it's also nice and easily accessible with gloved hands. So when you are at a job, you can go ahead and throw it on there while keeping the fingers protected. Next up, we got some tubular webbing. I keep a little piece of inner tube to hold this together. This is 1.5 inches. It's probably a little bit overkill, but I have an 8-foot loop. This is really great, whether it's securing hose lines to a banister or a handrail if you're running a horizontal or improvised standpipe, creating a girth hitch for victim drags and moving a hose. This bad boy has so many uses and it's super, super strong. So improvised anchor, anything like that. So this is super versatile, and that's why I think every firefighter should have a bit of webbing in their gear. So we'll use Rescue Randy here to show you a nice way of how you can use a girth hitch to drag victim or down firefighter. We're gonna assume that this is either the firefighter's SCBA or their DRD, their drag rescue device, built into their coat. Obviously, we're gonna have to alter their pack if we're gonna be dragging them from their pack. But you can basically just do a little girth hitch here, allows you to stay nice and low, and then we can drag like so. And if we need to, we can double it up. After this, we have an assortment of small screwdrivers. I got a Phillips, I got a Robbie, and I got a flathead. Super great for resetting pull stations and these kind of odd jobs, even like disassembling things, taking the covers off of smoke detectors. You'll never know when you'll need a couple of these, so I always have a few on hand. Another relatively inexpensive tool that I've had my whole career is a glove keeper. My father, who was also a firefighter, taught me 2 things. You never set down your gloves and you never set down your helmet. The reason for that, as we're masking up at the door, if I take something off and leave it on the ground, there's a good chance that nozzle-hungry firefighter is gonna come through and kick my stuff. So I like to have my gloves easily accessible. I know where they are. I know we're not gonna lose them. So a glove keeper is a wicked option just to make sure you know where your stuff is. Moving into the mid-tier, we have cable cutter multi-tool and a hose wrench multi-tool. I like to keep it simple, stupid. I want, especially if I'm in a firefighter survival situation, things to be easily accessible. So I have this little keeper on so I can go ahead and pull out this tool. The main reason, it's got some cable cutters on it. So if I'm entangled, I can grab this. We have another tool that has a few different other options: oxygen, wrench, seatbelt cutter, window punch. So between these 2 multi-tools gives us a whole bunch of dynamic options and things that we can utilize on the fireground. Next up is a knife, and I recommend spend a little extra money here. This is gonna be good for so many things. And this being a multi-tool, again, we have a couple different options here with the seatbelt cutter and a window punch. I keep this on my radio strap because you would be shocked the amount of times that you don't actually have your bunker gear on that you need to utilize or have a cutting tool. And I've used this more times than I can count in so many different situations, and it's been well worth the cost. Even more important and a lot more expensive than glove keeper is getting a good set of gloves. I don't know about you guys, but every single pair that I've been issued has been completely garbage and I have 0 dexterity. So it depends on what your preference is. There's a multitude of manufacturers that you can utilize. These ones are kangaroo leather, I believe, and they're absolutely amazing. This feels like I'm not even wearing gloves, and I can't tell you how many times that has paid dividends on the fireground because lack of dexterity could make it or break it. So getting a good quality pair of gloves could be an absolute game changer. We're talking big bucks now, and these things are a little bit more expensive, but a good quality helmet mounted light is an absolutely amazing tool for a firefighter. I got a stream light here. The one thing I really like about this is it's completely hands-free. My light looks where I'm working. That way, whatever job I'm doing, we always have illumination. A nice part too is there is no scenario where I'm not wearing my helmet. So I remember a flashlight everywhere I go. So I absolutely love one of these. Again, a little bit more pricey, but well worth the cost. Last and maybe the most expensive is the radio strap. And depending on where you get it and the level of customization is really going to determine the cost, but I think it's an excellent investment. I know there's pros and cons, but I really believe in the radio strap, and whether I'm a firefighter or a driver, this is an essential tool that I have on me each and every shift. It's a buy once, cry once type deal. It's going to last forever. Believe it or not, the actual radio holder here was my dad's dad. So I mentioned that my dad was a firefighter. His dad before him was a firefighter. This baby's probably 60 years old and it's still kicking. So this is a worthwhile investment. It's gonna last and you're not gonna regret buying one of these things. So there you have it, guys. My essentials from least to most expensive. This stuff's gonna cost you a little bit of money, but I guarantee it's gonna be well worth it. I'd love to know, what did I miss? Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe, you guys.